Alright guys, I'm gonna build an RC course using my excavator. Check it out. In this video, you see me do step-by-step how to build a cosmetically pleasing RC course. There's a lot of RC courses out there. Some of them look like Frankenstein courses, and those are awesome. I'm not talking crap on them because they're fun. They serve a purpose, super cool. This one's more of like a cosmetically pleasing one to put in the yard, keep your wife happy and still have fun. Guys, in this video, I'll put timestamps on the process of building this thing. There's a couple steps. I'll probably just do a voiceover during the machine time, just so I'm not filming myself. I don't really like doing that. So yeah, there's just 4 steps. I'll tell you what they are in the voiceover and it'll be smooth. So I filmed this up in the mountains at a rock quarry we started, and we had some downtime in between loading trucks. So I decided to film this how-to video on how to build a RC course that looks great in your landscaping. I was a little limited on time. This whole project took me about an hour and a half to do, but there is one thing I want to say before we get started is you do not need an excavator to build one of these awesome RC courses in your yard. When I first started, all I had was a pickup truck and a trailer and a moving dolly, and believe it or not, you can move some hefty boulders with just a moving dolly. It's not easy, but it can be done. So let's get started. So the first step in building your RC course is coming up with a design. You need to ask yourself, when you go out to crawl in the mountains or in the desert, what is your favorite thing to crawl? For me, it's creek beds, waterfalls, or any type of rock formation. If you need inspiration, just go online and search for rock formations. For this course, I decided to go with a dry creek bed, beginning with a waterfall rock formation to give it a little bit more depth. In the video, you can see me clearing out this area in preparation for the RC course, which leads us to the next step. The next step is location. You guys know your yard better than anybody, so you need to pick out where it's going to work out best. If you have elevation, you could always do a couple more ledges and make more of a waterfall feature. These rock formations look good just about anywhere. I've done them right by the entryway of homes. They look good along a fence line. They even look good like in the corner, kind of in a wasted space area. You can do a sweet rock formation. For this one, I decided to do it right next to the sign to give it kind of an accent. All right, guys. I've kind of made out the design in the dirt, what we're going to do. I'm going to start big and come down and end small into like a dry pool creek bed. This brings us to our third and my favorite part is the actual build of the RC course. During this step, you really need to tune into your inner Bob Ross. He always started with the big mountains and worked his way down into the finer details. Oh look, there's a happy little rock. I always start with my biggest boulders first, and you kind of think about how a spring comes out of the mountain. It's usually coming out from around a rock or just kind of bubbling out of the ground, but it looks best when it's coming out of a rock. I like to give it like a focal point with the biggest rock at the beginning. When it's an RC course, I like to give it enough angle so that you can actually climb up the ledge with your little 18th scale RC car. So right now I'm beginning with the waterfall feature. I kind of had a hard time figuring out what rock went first, and that's the fun of it. You kind of see what looks good, tear it out, put a different one in, and just see what's going to work best. And like Bob Ross always said, just beat the devil out of it. These rock formations are actually not that hard to make into a water feature. If you wanted to add water to these, you just put a pond liner down before everything, and then just make sure you don't puncture that pond liner while you're dropping the boulders in. And then install your pump, and there you go. It's pretty basic and easy. I always like to line my outer edge, like here in the video. It kind of gives you more lines with your RC course, but it also gives you an edge to make it different from the actual waterway or where the waterway would go. Another tip to save you a little bit of money, I would actually stay away from landscape yards if you can. Go to the actual pit or rock quarry, and you can get this material for a way better price. Or you can just go up into the mountains and find what rocks you like and throw them in your pickup truck. Don't tell anybody I said that. As you can see in this video, I'm kind of digging out a trench just so the waterway is a little bit lower than the level of the ground, so it looks like it's a real nice natural creek bed. A creek bed is never sticking up out of the ground, so it's easiest if you just dig a trench, then line the trench with your bigger rocks, and then fill the center with your smaller aggregate. If you're doing it in a flat area, you will have to raise the one end up so it does have a natural slope, so it looks like the water would flow. And like I'm doing in this video right now, I'm adding a couple rocks to the side of the waterfall so it looks like the water would flow down the center of those rocks. All right, guys. As you can see, I started big. This is kind of the waterway. You don't have to be super perfect with it because you can fill it in with the smaller rocks. There's obviously some huge ledges, so for my little 18th scale, we're gonna have to fill them in with smaller stuff. I kind of rushed on this, waiting on a truck, so it's not perfect, but sometimes the not perfect things are the more natural things, so let's see how it goes. For the center, I actually had river rock up on site, so I decided to throw that in there because that's the natural rock that it would be in there. But if I was doing this for a customer, I'd actually put weed barrier down and try to keep the weeds down. Or if you're doing a water feature, you always have your pond liner in there. If you're going to buy this stuff, I would get that 2 to 6 inch material just so you have like that natural look. The last part of the build is xeriscaping around the rock formation. I'd usually use a smaller gravel type material, that way you could walk around the rock formation freely. You kind of trip over this big stuff, but it's what I had and it looks pretty dang good. You can always dress these up and plant some bushes or shrubbery throughout the xeriscaping. Guys, I just realized I filmed all this in portrait, not landscape. So, let's flip this thing around. There we go. Okay. Still learning at this filming thing, but as you can see, we got the... I'm still so mad. This creek bed done. Obviously, it needs to be reworked by hand. It's just a lot easier than being in a giant machine working with these tiny little stones. So, awesome. This brings us to our final step, fine tuning. Obviously, you got to do this anyway for landscaping and make it look good. But if you're crawling with an 18th scale like me, you got to create those lines, fill in a couple gaps, and my favorite part about doing these loose aggregate rock features is you can always make new lines with the rocks. It can be a new course every time you go out. It's awesome. So quick recap. First, you start with the design. It really does help to even just draw something up on a paper. Second is your location. Figure out where it's going to work in your yard. Third is the best part when you get to go out and build it. Get in tune with your inner Bob Ross and just have fun with it. Fourth is fine-tuning the course, making it RC worthy, doing exactly what that goofball in the video is doing. All right, guys, this is our natural dry creek bed RC park. So you got the waterway, go up, and you got kind of these waterfall type thing going up and out. A lot of fun lines. Haven't hit it yet, so let's try it out. All right, first go with the RC course. I'm gonna just hug the perimeter for now. The river rock, they're awesome, but they're super slick, especially when they're a little bit dirty. And this course needs a really good rainstorm. Oh! Everything's a little bit dirty and slick. Oh, almost caught the wheel. Let's try going a different route. Gotta love that Scout rear end. Let's give it a bump. Oh, come on. Just doesn't want to hook. Got it. I haven't really messed with this course yet, so there's probably some spots that I'm gonna need to fill. Let's see if we can hang that. Nice. These courses are really cool, especially when you use loose aggregate, because you can literally come out and make new lines every day. Find new ones. You just kind of play with it. Let's try going over here. It's crazy. I get used to lines with a different machine. I've been running the Apex a lot lately, and you just completely different line choices. But I love the Scouts because it's just, they're super fun to ride, to rally in, because it's realistic. It's more of a challenge. And surprisingly, they're just awesome little RC cars. This one's my daughter's. Hung up on something. Let's see. Oh, we're totally bound up in there. Let's give it another go. I saw a post, and it's like, what are you doing to prevent that back end of your Scout dragging? And I just wrote back, I let it drag. But I'm just not about chopping my bodies like extreme. If I chopped this rear end on this thing, it would probably be unstoppable, but defeats the purpose of getting the Scout, in my opinion. Keep it real. if I can get my rear tire to bite. There we go. Now it'll bite. Oh, come on. There's obviously some stuff I need to do to this course to make it scout worthy. Let's try going up this side. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Guys, the lines on this little course are kind of endless. Just grab another rock, throw it in. Let's grab one real quick. Show you what I'm talking about. Let's see what she can do. Give me a second. All right, let's try this now. Just needs a little bump. There we go. First try. Guys, if you're still watching, you are awesome. If you guys like this kind of stuff, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm in a tractor every day building people's backyards, and I always have my RC truck with me. So there's more videos to come. Thanks for watching.